It's the Korean music, they vibing to it. The Korean music, it's the Korean music. It's the Korean music, they jumping to it. The Korean music, it's the Korean music. It's the Korean music, they bouncing to it. The Korean music, it's the Korean music. The Korean music, they leaning to it. The Korean music, the Korean music.
Hey everybody, welcome back to On the Record. My name is Lucas Barfield. This is a news and information show I do from time to time, and this week we have some news and information about an upcoming talent show for people with disabilities that will be happening in October. And to tell us a little bit about that and some other things is Tony Hester, who is CEO and founder of the Alliance for Accessibility, a local disability activist, and many other things. How you doing today, Tony?
I'm doing good, Lucas. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man, and it's really great to have you on the show. We have known each other for quite a while now, playing goalball together. We do some running together. We also both serve on the Tacoma Commission for Disabilities. And I wanted to have you on the show to talk about some things, and I think this is a great opportunity for you to be on here to talk about this talent show that's coming up in October. But before we do that, just take a second and tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am, as you stated earlier, the founder and CEO of Alliance for Accessibility. We're a disability advocacy, disability rights. We do training and consulting in several areas, including disability sensitivity, some ADA training. We also do user testing for accessibility, accessibility assessments, strategy and implementation. And the reason I started this company just because I saw kind of the disparities and the need and the gaps that are so often unaddressed in the disability world. So, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and launch the company, put together the company, and the event in October will be our first big event.
Yeah, we're going to talk about accessibility and blind accessibility here in a minute, but I want to talk about this talent show, and this is really interesting to me, as the audience probably knows, and if they don't, I'll just let you know I am legally blind. I have been blind or going blind most of my life. I stopped being able to read when I was like 8 years old, have never been able to drive. So having a talent show that's kind of catered towards people with disability, I think is a really great idea, because setting up that talent show, you know, it takes a little bit extra work, some considerations that might go into that might not go into, like, let's say a regular or a non-disabled person's talent show. But, you know, the neat thing about making things like this is if this is accessible for people with disabilities, then it's accessible for everybody else. Just take a second and tell us about the format of the talent show, how people can get in touch with you to find out more, where it's going to be, and some other details.
Well, first I'll just start off with why I actually decided to put this showcase together. As an individual of blindness myself, and being a musician myself, I understand the difficulties of getting good shows and getting good gigs and actually getting paid for those gigs. Mm-hmm. So my idea just kind of sparked with that in mind. It was originally just going to be me kind of putting together my own show with a few other people, but as I began to think about it, I thought there are plenty of people with disabilities with talent out here, and they need the exposure. It's a whole wealth of talent that never gets exposed or put into the limelight or put into the front. And I decided that that's what I wanted to do. So I talked to a friend of mine in the city, and they just so happened to be putting together candidates for grants. He told me about the grant, and I filled out the application for the grant, and lo and behold, I got the grant.
Awesome.
So that's where it all began, and that was, the genesis of it all. And on top of that, as you know, in the advocacy world, there are a bunch of things going on in the disability world that I wanted to bring awareness to at the same time. And two of those topics were the effect that the dismantlement of the Education and Rehabilitation Department is going to have on the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. So I really wanted to get that out there and bring awareness to that. And then also, on a personal level, with some things I know that are going on with someone in my close vicinity, per se, about the sexual abuse and exploitation of children with disabilities. So I wanted to bring that into the forefront as well, and put it all into kind of this fun mix. So there'll be, at this talent show, there'll be vendors. We got a couple of disability associated vendors that will be there, so they can spread the word about their organizations and what they do. I wanted to have that available as well. And then also the talent show. So it'll be set up with a few artists. We have young artists, older artists, some dance going on, some great MCs that will be there. So it should be pretty fun. And the date is going to be on October 10th at the Star Center in Tacoma. And that is 3873 South 66th Street. And I'm looking forward to it. It'll be from 3 to 5. It's an all family fun event. So we want any and everyone to show up and come out and just enjoy this talent, because it's great talent, and it's talent that should be showcased. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very, very excited about it. It's a lot of hard work. And at this point, I don't have a staff. I have maybe 2 assistants, and the legwork is being done by pretty much me myself. So I'm really working hard to make this come to life and make it a great show.
That's awesome. And that's really great to hear that the city's working with you. Tacoma has that Tacoma Creates, I think that's their program, which is a big success here in Tacoma. I've heard a lot of different things getting funded with that. And, the Star Center, that's just a great venue over there to do events. It's open there. You got the Boys and Girls Club next door. You got the soccer field all there. Such a great venue over there.
I chose the Star Center for its accessibility as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty accessible. You don't have a lot of trip ups. Now, I am making the event as accessible as I could possibly make it. So there will be ASL interpreting there. I'm trying to get some Braille and large print signage if I can. That all depends on the funding. And I will have sighted guides there.
Yeah, awesome.
We're looking to have things in plain language if we can. So I'm trying to make it as accessible as I can. And if there is an accommodation that I can make that the audience wants or needs, please contact me, and we will get that on the agenda to make this show as accessible as possible.
Before we get on to something else here in a sec, what is your contact information?
So I can be reached at allianceforaccessibility@gmail.com. So that is allianceforaccessibility@gmail.com. Or you can give me a call at my office number. That is 434-6793. And I can be reached pretty much any time of the day via email. And if I don't answer the phone at that time, I'm busy or with another customer, and I will return your call as soon as I possibly can. So feel free to contact me for the show, or if you have questions about what we do at Alliance for Accessibility, or if you just want us to work with you in any capacity, then feel free to give us a call or email.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear about the ASL and then the sighted guides and then the Braille and everything like that. I am really interested in starting to have tactile guides on the floor at things like raves and clubs and different venues, so that if you're blind, you can kind of find your way out of the dance floor or out of the bar to the bathroom. And for people that don't know, the tactile guides are like bumps on the floor that you can follow with your cane. And just a sighted guide that, let's say somebody had like a nightclub or a bar, and then they just so happened to have somebody on staff there that was trained as a sighted guide. So they saw a blind person come through the door. It wouldn't take a lot. And then that person could see the blind person say, "Excuse me, sir, would you like me to show you where the bathroom is? Do you need to know where the dance floor is? Would you like to walk up closer to the speakers or the DJ?" Things like that. It would not take a lot. And that's what I'm talking about with the accessibility and the talent show that you're doing here. Once you get things accessible for blind people, deaf people, people in wheelchairs, it's more accessible for everybody else. And everybody can have a good time.
And that was part of the reason for me doing this show as well, to show you that it can be done. It can be pretty accessible, and you don't have to have that fear. You just have to put in the work and contact the right people and have an understanding of what you need. Now, I may not be able to get the tactile guiding on the floor. I would like something like that.
Yeah, that's a little advanced.
Yeah, and maybe in the future we can have a show like that, because I'm like you. That was one of my critiques about a lot of places is they don't have those tactile guides on the floor. They don't have that guiding, and it's so much easier for wayfinding to have something like that. I'm trying to get Pierce Transit to do something of that nature with the accessible bus stop project that we're working on. Because even though the bus stop may be accessible, it's finding the bus stop that may be the issue.
Yeah.
And there needs to be some tactile or wayfinding towards that. But again, that's in the future. Step one is to get the accessible bus stop sign.
Yeah.
So we're still working on that project and trying to make that go, and, running into roadblocks there. But eventually I think it will take place. But to get back to your point, making everything accessible for everyone is a benefit. People can actually get out. And from my understanding, talking to the interpreter, the ASL interpreter that will be at the show, they're saying that the deaf community doesn't come out to events because there is never any ASL interpreting. And he was excited that I hired him for this particular job, because he's like, this is awesome. I will get this to the deaf community and they probably will come out. So people don't understand they're missing a huge market when you don't make stuff accessible and you don't have these accommodations there.
Right.
It's just, it's baffling to me, but I understand the ableist attitudes behind it, and I understand that. So we just have to change those attitudes as well.
Yeah. In
my opinion, this show is a start to that.
Yeah, and I just read an article recently. There is a DJ named DJ F Off, except the F is not F. It's the word I can't say on the radio. And she is out of Berlin, and she's been doing her sets. This kind of got me really thinking about the tactile stuff for neurodivergent folks. She stopped doing the fast lights and smoke machines and everything like that. And I can't speak for sure, but I think maybe she did have some ASL interpreters. And I've seen some things like that in London too, where they're starting to kind of make things a little more accessible for neurodivergent folks. And, parties and bars and things like that are starting to think about disabilities. So this talent show you're doing is just kind of building on a lot of things that are happening out there. This is an exciting time for accessibility, but I want to, throw a little shade on this for a second, because you and I both do accessibility testing, or testing products and things that they work for accessibility. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really sensitive to this, and I pay attention to things. I have to say that really, as far as technology and blind accessibility, things kind of seem to be going a little backwards. And I don't know. I don't want to blame it on the AI, but I feel like a lot of the programming going on, they're leaving out the accessibility fixes that they've done over the years. I'm just going to put that out there. I have no proof of that. But things like Microsoft Edge, VoiceOver for your iPhone, everything's going backwards.
I agree. I went on a website for the city of Tacoma about 2 weeks ago. And it's not accessible.
Nope.
You can get all the way to a certain point, and then at that point, you can't go any further. And you know what the issue was? Is the captcha.
Yeah.
It didn't even have audio. It was the picture only. I've run into sites, government sites, not just the city, county, federal, where it just doesn't work. The accessibility is not there. It's never been there. And I'm with you. Like, Microsoft Edge to me is horrible when it comes to accessibility with screen readers and things of that nature. It's like they started to do something to check off a box, but never really wanted to complete it.
Yeah.
It just kind of left it where it was, and then wait for the complaints to come in, and still really don't fix it. And I don't appreciate it. It's like a slap in the face to me. We work hard, and we're people too. We deserve to have the same access as everyone else. Why do I have to struggle and fight and push for this accessibility when everyone else is accessible to them?
Yeah,
it's
things just work.
Usable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings me back to those days where there was completely no accessibility, and we sat in silence, but I refuse to sit in silence and struggle.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people out there who will sit in silence and struggle because they don't know what to do. And I think that's where you and I are the voices for those people, because they may not know how to do what we go out here and fight for and do. Yeah. They may sit in their home and actually not understand that they have a voice. So not only am I here to advocate and say, make things accessible, but I'm also to speak for those people who may not have the tools or have the courage to speak up for themselves, or may feel that they're a burden. This needs to be changed for everybody. I'm not just speaking for me, and I know you're not just speaking for you. Yeah. Accessibility is important. It's a big part of people's lives to have things accessible to them. There are things that we need to do. Shopping. There's emergencies. When I go out to the grocery store, I don't want somebody to help me with my debit card or credit card, and those things aren't accessible. People people can steal from you, rob you, and I have to depend on someone to help me because I can't read the screen because it's not in an accessible format for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. But there's the technology out there. I mean, I went to Habitat for Humanity over here in Tacoma the other day, and they actually had the thing where you just tap your card on it. But then, I don't know, but the grocery store or Safeway, they don't have that. I mean, I don't know if Safeway does or not. But some of the bigger stores where they could just have that too. I went to Atlanta, everybody's got that tap thing. But then here, you go somewhere, you got to slide your car in. ATM machines, not blind accessible. I always got to get somebody to come help you and things like that. So there is a lot of gaps out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to get this point off about ATM machines. The things that I noticed about ATM machines, they claim to be accessible, but you have to carry a pair of earphones. There's no real accessible way to use those ATM machines without having your own pair of earphones or having a way to plug in. And even then, it's not truly accessible. There needs to be some kind of universal way to make those things accessible.
Yeah.
And make those things adequate so that it's practical. That's not practical for me to carry earphones everywhere I go.
No.
That's not.
It's not safe to stand at the ATM with headphones on either.
Yeah. So
you need to be aware of your surroundings a lot of time when you're at the ATM.
That's right. Because you don't know who's out there, what could happen to you. It's already dangerous as a blind person in general.
Yeah.
So that's even worse. I think accessibility could be improved in a lot of areas. Physical accessibility, digital accessibility, and just overall medical accessibility. Doctors, they don't even have things in accessible format. They don't give it to you in large print or braille. They don't know how to be sighted guides.
I always seem like I'm an anomaly when I go in the doctor's office, which always seems very strange to me. I'm like, you guys don't know how to work with a blind person, but you're at the doctor's office. So I don't really get it. And that's where you come in with your consulting and you're working with groups and businesses, because it only take a good hour or 2 hours to teach a staff on how to guide a blind person, how to be aware, and how to and it's not just blind people. It would take a staff 2 hours to show them some basic ASL, to say, can I help you? Would you like a seat? Is there something I can do for you? Just things, very simple little things, Yep. Now you mentioned the city a minute ago. The city sends out this email with the city news, but I don't know if it's like a picture on the email or something, but it does not work. Then you click on the thing, view as a web page, same thing. You can't read it. I don't know what's on the page. All I know is what the subject is for the emails. But I want to just talk about Tacoma just for a second, because they are doing some things good here in Tacoma with disabilities. I know they made the thing where you had to have the closed captioning at bars and restaurants. And then you are working on a thing where you're trying to get Pierce County to have braille signs at bus stops, but like you said, it's kind of hard to find them. What are some good things going on in the area when it comes to accessibility?
Well, I think there are a few good things. I think the new street crossings and things that they've done on 64th. Are pretty good. I think they mean well. I think they are working to make the sites more accessible, but they're just not there yet. I think the things that the commission is involved in by writing these letters and actually working with the ADA coordinator for the city, Miguel Hines, to make more things more accessible. I think we're on the right track. I just don't think there's enough being done yet. So I don't see very much being done in the way of accessibility. I think they have more accessible street crossings now.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing.
Those are pretty helpful. They're getting a lot more of those. I know here in my neighborhood, almost every street has them.
Yeah, so I think that is one of the great things that they've done over the past several years. But I think they're just moving a bit slow.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, there are some good things like the 64th. I want to say 64th all the way from Yakima to Portland, I believe. I think that's pretty good. I think the street crossings are pretty good. And I do know that if you do come to the city with some issues, I've been able to get some things mitigated for safety with crossing streets and things like that. And like you say, the closed captioning. So I think there are a few good things going on. I think it's just going to take a bigger push for it to be at a level that we can say is adequate, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I agree, and I think what I would say is the heart is in the right place. That's at least the image they like to portray. And they're working hard on some things, but yeah, like you said, there's a lot of gaps, especially like when the website doesn't work, basic things like that. But like we were saying, that's almost everybody. I mean, I got on Zoom here, which I haven't used in a long time. The whole thing was different, and I was like, is this thing going to actually work? Because none of the buttons were reading what they were. So I was like, I was relieved when I actually was able to make it work. So it's not just the city, as we were saying, it's just kind of everywhere things are going on. October 10th, 3 to 5 at the Star Center, the Disability Talent Show. All kind of cool things going to be going on. If folks want to be in the talent show or have a table at the talent show, should they just contact you at that email you gave out earlier? Would that be a way folks can get in touch with you?
Yes. The auditions for the talent show, I am ending the auditions on July 30th. That will be the last day for any auditions. And yes, they can contact me at that email. And in the subject line, just put, "We are not forgotten audition." The title of the showcase is called the We Are Not Forgotten Showcase. So you just put that in there. And if you want to be a vendor, you can send me an email as well, and I'll send you a vendor sign-up sheet. And you will be part of the show. So any questions, any information you need, or just, again, want to work with us in any capacity, send an email to allianceforaccessibility@gmail.com, or again, give me a call at 206-434-6793.
Hey, thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Lucas.
It's the Furrow. Dear love, you haven't been here in a minute, and I'm sitting here picturing your image, wondering where we went wrong. I didn't have you that long, cause just like that you was gone. Remembering how you used to hold me, late night console me, move too fast when I should've moved slowly. Glad that you chose me, but took you for granted, not understanding what I had when I had it. Put up my defenses when let you penetrate them. Trust me or leave me, that's the ultimatum. But I chose the latter cause I thought you didn't matter. Too much of a man to let my ego get shattered. So I disrespect you, continue to reject you. Happy for a second, but was lonely when I left you. Corrected my mistakes, dealt with the hurt within, and I can't wait just to feel you again, dear love.
If I could do it all over, I would do it again. I would do it again for you. If I had a single chance to rewrite my wrongs, I would do it all over again for you. If I could do it all over, I would do it again. I would do it again for you. If I had a single chance to rewrite my wrongs, I would do it all over again for you.
Alliance for Accessibility and the city of Tacoma presents the We Are Not Forgotten Showcase live at the Star Center on October 10th, featuring artists with disabilities from various genres, including R&B, hip-hop, poetry, dance, and much, much more. So if you're an artist with a disability and would like to perform at the show, please contact us at allianceforaccessibility@gmail.com. Again, that's allianceforaccessibility@gmail.com, or call Tony Hester at 206-434-6793. We'll see you there.